In this session, we are moving from theory to reality. When we talk about the abuse of code signing, people often imagine mathematicians in a dark room trying to break encryption. But that's not how it happens. When code signing is abused, cryptography does not fail, governance fail. Most real-world incidents involving signed malware or unauthorized releases use perfectly valid certificates and legitimate signing paths. Today, we look at how attackers actually exploit the trust we have built. The most dangerous misconception in our industry is that attackers need to break signing systems to succeed. In reality, they almost never do. Attacking the mother of an RSA algorithm, which in full is reversed, Cyvet, and Aldelin. Those, if I'm wrong, you can put the comments below and show where we are wrong. Or ECC key is nearly impossible. Attackers are much more practical. They don't break the system. They simply gain access to the existing authority you have already established. They don't pick the lock. They find where you have hidden the key. Industry investigation consistently show that valid certificates are the primary attack vector. Attackers prefer to steal, misuse, or hijack legitimate signing keys rather than forge them. Why? Because the resulting malicious file will pass every single signature check in the world through an EDR, an antivirus on an operating system. That malware looks identical to an official trusted update from your company. In the modern era, the build pipeline is the new target. When attackers compromise a continuous integration or continuous deployment system, they inherit its automated signing capability. This is abuse at scale. The attackers does not even need to steal the key file. They just inject their malicious code into the build system and your own system happily signs it for them. The result is poison artifact that is not different from a legitimate release. Of course, key theft is still a major issue. Private keys are often exposed through misconfigured cloud storage and encrypted backups of shared developer folders. Once a private key is exposed, the attacker gains full unconditional signing authority. There are no additional barriers, no second factor authentication, and no way for the certificate to know it's being used by a thief instead of a developer. We must acknowledge that not all abuse is external. Signing abuse can come from insiders or third-party vendors who legitimate access but use it incorrectly or maliciously. Whether it's a disgruntled employee or a compromised contractor, if they have the power to sign, they have the power to release unauthorized software. Without governance, you have no way to distinguish between an authorized signature and an insider misuse. The reason attackers want your signature is simple. Security systems trust signatures. Many of our strongest security controls, like application allow list and endpoint reputation system, implicitly trust signed code. By using a valid signature, malware can bypass Gatekeeper on Mac, Smart Screen on Windows, and almost every major EDR. The signature acts as a cloaking device, allowing the attack to sit undetected in your environment for months or even years. You might think we'll just revoke the certificate if you are hacked, but in practice, revocation is a blunt and broken instrument. Revocation checks are often slow, inconsistently enforced by operating system, or completely ignored by offline endpoints. More importantly, revoking a major enterprise certificate might break all your legitimate software. Attackers know that the fear of breaking production often prevents companies from revoking certificates even after compromise is known. The most tragic part of these incidents is that they are almost always discovered after distribution. Because the integrity check succeeds at the moment of installation, there are no alarms. We only find out our signing authority was abused during a post-mortem and an audit, or when a customer reports an infection. By then, the signature has already done its job, is established the trust required for the attack to succeed. After an abuse is discovered, organizations usually enter a state of total confusion. Because they lack a central governance log, they cannot answer the most basic questions. Who signed this specific file? Why was the system allowed to sign it? Which specific control failed? Without these answers, you cannot prove to regulators or customers that you have fixed the problem, leading to a massive loss of brand trust. And most people don't like losing their customers, so it will be bad for them. So the ultimate enterprise consequence is a hard truth. Sign does not mean save. These real-world incidents prove that code signing alone without a layer of governance cannot protect your software supply chain. In fact, without governance, your signatures actually amplify your risk by providing attackers with a way to bypass your existing defense. So we have come to an end for this topic. So let us conclude by this. Code signing abuse succeeds because trust is implicit. When your signing authority is unmanaged and invincible, attackers do not need to defeat your security. They simply inherit your trust. In our next section, we'll shift from the problem to the solution and define what true enterprise governance actually looks like.